So have it right up the CHELS, up the MineralsFC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone's doing well, winning life, all that. First and foremost, guys, I want you all smash to piece that like button. If you haven't already, make sure you smash it. We got the MineralsFC subscribe button. You need to do that. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And we've got the notification bell. Ding dong, let's have it right. Make sure you smash that so you know when we go live. And we've got the MineralsFC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top live chat and down below. And big up to Lewis. It's LB. We got his channel in the title. Cole Palmer Karma. Let's go. Big up to Lewis, bruv. Lovely to have you on, my geezer. How you doing, first and foremost?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Yeah, no, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Like people think I was proper down after the Real Madrid game, but honestly, I wasn't actually that bad. You know what I mean? I wasn't actually that bad, man, because we played all right. So, nah, chilling. Just we need to do the business tomorrow and that, get through, and I'm out with the boys tonight. So yeah, like you said off air, then drowning my sorrows tonight. You know what I mean? We move. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here. Now, you know what? I'm happy to be here. You know why? Yeah, because I've had a lot of arguments with Chelsea fans on, obviously not been on your channel before, but I've had a lot of arguments with Chelsea fans over the last, well, really, the last 2 years, really, since Roman left. So it'd be interesting to chat that out and see what your chat's saying as well, man.
My chat's elite, bruv. Salute to all the MineralsFC Ultras, yeah. First and foremost, Rudy. Come on, he landed down Minerals. Agent Rudy, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Mudding the old Baldiola. But listen, I want you to speak on that before we get into it. What are they saying, bruv? I want to know what these so-called Chelsea supporters are saying and why are you disagreeing with them, bruv?
Well, I'll tell you why I disagree, man. Because I just think, like, when Roman left, yeah, obviously, you know, club got took off him. Obviously, there was a little bit of like, it was always going to be, you know, a bit of tough initially. But I just think, like, this new owner, Geezer, yeah, he come in, and I don't buy into all this, oh, we had such a hard job to do. I just don't buy into it. He had a team that had just won the Champions League, yeah? So he had a base, he had a top manager. I can't believe he sacked Tuchel. Yeah, I thought that was a shocking decision. A shocking decision. Especially in today's age. If you'd done it 10 years ago, when the market was flooded with elite managers, maybe you go, oh, all right, whatever. You know, I still wouldn't have done it personally, yeah. But like you go, all right, whatever. You go and get a Mourinho, you go and get a Conte, you go and get an Ancelotti, a Pep before he was at City. You know what I mean? There was so many managers back in the day. Now there's no one there. There's no one there. You know, there's no one there because look, United going to sack tonight. They're talking about Graham Potter going in there. There's no one who's obviously at Chelsea. There's no one there. You know what I mean? I've said this for years, man. There's a talent drain in football. The level of footballer, yeah, in today's day and age compared to 10, 15, 20 years ago is chalk and cheese. Yeah. We talk about Ivan Toney going for 100 million quid. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you could have got a Suarez, could have got a Sergio Aguero, Torres in his prime. Do you know what I mean? That's just three of them. You had Edison Cavani, was like not even top 10 striker when he was around. He'd probably be the best striker in world football if he was there now. It's not just footballers, it's managers as well. So I just don't buy into this nonsense. Yeah. Oh, he had such a difficult job, this owner. He didn't have a difficult job. He didn't.
Who's saying that? Who's saying that?
I've had it with Chelsea fans, man. They come in and I say, what? Because the point that I'm making is, I don't understand why he's come in and he's bought all these young players and ripped this Chelsea apart. Like the team that he had, the squad that he had. All right, maybe let a couple of players go, but he's let all these players go. He's brought in all these new players, yeah. And I'm saying he didn't need to do that. In my opinion, he didn't need to do that. He could have come in and signed a couple of players. You know what I mean? Built the squad up, but he's come in. He's got rid of everyone's gone. The whole back line's pretty much new, by one or two. The midfield is brand new, yeah, with Caicedo, Enzo. The front three, yeah. You know what I mean? What's going on here? You don't have a proper striker. You still don't have a proper goalkeeper, although the Petrovic geezer looks all right. And I just don't understand. He spent £1 billion on a squad, and I'm like, you got worse. You've got worse. Who's that down to? It's down to the owner. So then I say, the point that I get to the point now, I get to the point where I'm like, he's basically come in and he spent £1 billion and he's made you worse. And I get told that I'm like, Yeah, but LB, in 3 years, we're going to be like the team because all these young players are going to grow into world-class players and you're all going to be wanting our players. And I said, football don't work like that. Football's never worked like that. Because
Exactly.
if football works like that, yeah, all the greatest managers in the world wouldn't have signed the 27-year-olds, the 28-year-olds, and 29, the 30. They would have all just gone and got the kids and said, don't worry, lads, 2 years of mediocre football. But then when they all get to 24, 25, they'll all be the best players in the world and we'll be the best team in the world. Football doesn't work like that. So I've had, because Chelsea fans come in, not all, to be fair, very few. It's few and far between. But I do get these Chelsea fans that come in and I just, they trigger me. They trigger me. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, what are you waffling about? You had Tommy Tuchel, you downgraded on him and got, what's it called? Graham Potter. Yeah, that was a downgrade. I don't rate this Pochettino at all. So that's another downgrade. And I just think, in my opinion, that Todd Bowley, yeah, he had one of the easiest jobs to have, especially given the fact he has some money. All he needed to do was come into that team, yeah, spend a little bit of money to improve a couple positions, and that was it. And he didn't. He come in, he thought, I know best. I'll come in, I'll rip the team apart, I'll sack Tommy Tuchel, I'll get Graham Potter in, I'll buy all these 19-year-olds, and in 3 years, we'll be mint. Don't work like that, man. So, in my opinion, I just think this owner, I just think he's a fucking idiot, man. I think he's an absolute idiot. And he just ripped you apart, to be honest.
He's called Meatloaf Bowley, and it's not just him, Lewis, yeah? It's Siri Merchant-Barley and Jose Feliciano Clear Lake. It's the consortium. They all in it together, and they've all had this plan from day one to gut us, destroy what Roman built, downgrading every aspect of the club. We're talking the whole hierarchy. You brought us Kerry Winstanley, Stuart Little, mid-directors, Monaco from a almost relegated team, Winstanley from the Seagull Merchants, who are mid-table. You've spent 235 million to the Seagull Merchants, buying 2 of their players and all their directors. We've got AI scouting that's been implemented, yeah, that the MLS uses and Burnley use, all right, work that one out. And they want to build a super youth team. We've had a winning Champions League team. We only won the Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, literally that year that they come in. You know, so any Chelsea supporter that is telling you, oh, yeah, we're going to be great in 3 years. We ain't going to be anywhere near it in 3 years because you're relying on every other club above us to capitulate and not strengthen. And football don't work like that. On top of that, with this AI scouting and data, yeah, you've got to rely on every player having the same trajectory in development all together and gelling together. It's nonsense. And even your gaffer, Pep Guardiola, came out and said publicly, you can't win anything with kids. So what the fuck are we going to win? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real.
I agree, bro. But this is the thing. Too many people think. I tell you why people think this, yeah. And it's a lot of them are the younger fans, yeah. Here's what I think. You ever played FIFA, Johnny? Career mode and that.
Back in the day, not
now.
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't play it either. Right. But what happens on FIFA? Yeah, you buy a player, yeah, young player, and they only ever get better. They only go better and better. All these kids, yeah, who play FIFA, they just think that all these young players that you've signed, they're only ever going to get better and better and better and better. Some of them will not progress. Some of them, in a year's time, you'll be thinking, this guy's just not progressing. Some of them will get worse. Yes, a couple of them will probably get to that world-class stage. I'm not saying they won't. You know what I mean? Like the elite level ones, you'll know more than me. A couple of them will get to the world-class stage, but not all of them will. Because like I said, if football was that simple, the best managers in the world. When Ferguson was at United, yeah, that year that he bought Van Persie. Why did he buy Van Persie? Why didn't he go and get a 20-year-old from France? He bought Van Persie because he fucking knew that he would get the goals because he's an elite level player. And that's what won him the title. That's why they won the title that year, because they bought Van Persie. No other reason. Spam balls to Van Persie. He puts the ball in the back of the net. So if Alex Ferguson thought, why did they sign him then? He should have signed a 20-year-old based off of your owner's logic. I just don't understand. And now,
that's wanting to win now. You see, all the elite gaffers, they want to win now. They want everything they need at a big elite club, as Chelsea is, to win now. No managers going in there going, oh, it's a process, like Lego head. I blame Arsenal, them goons. Yeah, and they're in the mud. Yeah, all right. All this trust the process come from them and their fan base and their PR. All right. And now that's getting rubbed off, and our clown owners are going, oh, that's the benchmark. They're going, well, what have they won? What are they doing? Nothing. They're bottle jobs. The point I'm making is, all right, it was come out from brown envelopes when the owners first came in, when they sacked Thomas Tuchel. They were coming out on Twitter Spaces and articles going, well, they don't want a manager that wants to win now. Tuchel wanted to win now. That's why it fell apart. They want a manager to build with. It's a 5-6 year project. Are you winding me up? A 5-6 year project. We were getting top 4 comfortably, bruv. We were winning trophies, elite trophies, bruv.
The Champions League,
we only won the Europa League recently before we won the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? We had a transfer ban. No Eden Hazard brought through youth, and we still fucking got top 4. And look at us. We spent $1 billion, and we're sitting mid-table 12th. And then these melts in the fan base go, oh, it's a 10 out of 10 window we had. It's unbelievable. Is it? Is it really that unbelievable? Because now you're stuffed. Now you've got to wait for these players to develop because they're on a fucking 8-year contract.
And you better hope they do develop. That's the thing. Fingers crossed that they do develop from your point of view. Because if they don't develop, you got all these guys sat on 8-year contracts. What are you going to do in 2 years if they just turn out to just be average players? I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like Caicedo. I'm not going in on any players here. I'm just saying Caicedo, what he was at Brighton for, 18 months? 115. You better hope he turns into the next Kante, bro. You know what I mean? Enzo, you better hope
all those players, Geezer, they all look good at mid-level teams, right? Cucurella look amazing, bruv. Great performances. They play a certain way. Caicedo the same. But when you make that big money move, and Caicedo's the world's most expensive DM, let's have it right, yeah? Because these clowns got their pants pulled down because Liverpool came in late in the hour and they couldn't be embarrassed, so they had to pay it, all right, which is ridiculous that you gave Seagull Merchants 115 million for this guy who's won nothing. He's had a small stint in the Premier League and he's at our club right now. And let's have it right. I did like him. I did want him, but not for that money. That's ridiculous money to pay for him. And there's melts in the fan base that are going, don't pay 100 million for Declan Rice. Declan Rice is fucking clear, bruv. And now they're bringing up stats with Caicedo and Declan Rice. Oh, look, we got the better player. You winding me up, bruv. Where's Declan Rice in the table? Where's Caicedo in the table? You know, there's levels to this game, but they all look good at those clubs. Once you make that move to a United, a City, a Chelsea, you know, the expectations, the pressure's different, bruv, straight away. So if you don't live up to that, you don't get time at these clubs. The supporters ain't patient. We're the only things that are giving pressure because there's no pressure from anywhere else in the football club. We've got Bottle Tino in the dugout who's a yes man. You got mid directors intervening, bruv. I mean, today was ridiculous, bruv. I'm absolutely fucking rattled, yeah, that they're broadcasting that Win Stanley and Stuart Little went in with Pochettino and the players, telling them about who's the penalty taker. What the fuck, bruv? Why are these two directors going in? That's a gaffer's decision. That's a gaffer's job. That's yes man tax. Bro.
But I say this though, why wasn't there a penalty taker before this?
It was clear it was Cole Palmer. It was clear.
Yeah, well, I don't. Why directors getting involved, man? You know what I'm saying? This is the state of your club now. It's just a mess. And I've got to say as well, just quickly, going back to the point that you just made about these fans talking about the Declan Rice Caicedo. Soon as I see fans, comparing players based off of stats, I close my eyes and switch off. Well, the only way to compare players, is by watching the players. I don't need to see, you know what I mean, expected dribbles or expected this. Just watch the players with your eyes, mate. It's not difficult. Old school. You don't have to get all the stats out, man, and like all this BS people try and use to convince yourself. If you're doing that, if you're looking at stats, you're doing it to try and convince yourself that your club hasn't made a mistake. You know what the easiest thing to do is just say, my club made a mistake, man. Or I got my opinion wrong. I do it all the time. You know what I mean? I give my opinion. And then if I look at it 3, 4, 5, 6 months later and my opinion changes, I just come out and say, I might change my opinion. You know what I mean? But people get too scared nowadays to change their opinion, So they just sit there and try and back themselves and back the position and say, oh, my player is better than your player because of these stats. It's like, nah, bro, just change your opinion, man. I do it all the time, man. I got no shame. I just change my opinion all the time based off the evidence that I see.
That's where the football's gone now. It's all, and this is what these clown lakes are doing, And I want them out. You know what I'm saying? I want them out. All right, let's have it right. But these guys are all data driven. Do you know what they said? It's a disgrace, bruv. They go, oh, the club wasn't run well before. They didn't use data and this and that. Roman won the lot, bruv. We were the most successful club in the last 18, 20 years, bruv. And you're saying it wasn't run well. Are you winding me up? They're a disgrace, bruv. Get in the bin. I spit on them, bruv. Yeah? So have it right. The scary thing is, right, is that these players on data, they'll look at the data and go, oh, the data says we're building a 100-point team. That's the first thing.
Oh, I heard that, bro. That triggered me, man. What are you chatting about,
yeah,
bro? What data are they looking at, man? I don't get what data they're looking at. Here's a question for you, yeah? Explain this to me, right? What data tells you, and I'm just using this guy again because he's a big money signing. I've got nothing against the kid, yeah? What data tells you, yeah, or tells anyone that sort of like a Caicedo is going to be the next Kante? What data? I'm genuinely asking the question. I don't know. Like, again, I've got nothing against him. I'm just using him example because he's a big money signing. What data do people look at? How does data tell him what he's going to be like in 3 years' time? How does that do it?
Because AI. It's called
AI. I'm not having that, man.
Yeah, bruv. That's what these clans are going on, bruv. They're Wall Street merchants. They're hedge fund merchants. You know what I'm saying? These lot are capitalists, bruv. They're only there for the money and the payday. They want these young players to develop them, to increase their value, put them in the shop window at the most elite club, biggest club in London, all right, and get other clubs to come in and pay big money, double the money for him. And that's the reality. That's why they're on long contracts.
Well, I've got a minute then. If they're using all this AI and data, why are they signing £115 million? How come they're not going, this geezer, yeah, in the third tier of the Turkish league, AI tells us he's going to be the next world-class DM. You know what I mean? It's not exactly rocket science, is it? You know what I mean? They've gone and got one of the most in-demand centre defensive midfield players in the division. What's that data telling me? Well, I kind of get the data if they were signing people that no one knew about. Kind of like what Brighton did when they signed players that no one did. And it's like, oh, yeah, the AI is telling us this guy's going to be mint. And then it's like, oh, great. But signing Enzo Fernandez, signing Caicedo, like, this isn't exactly like, this isn't groundbreaking. I mean, how much are they paying for this AI technology, man? You know, telling them the best players in the league. Seems a bit weird to me.
Bruv. They're using it with Burnley and MLS. Like, MLS is like the weakest league in football, bruv. Like,
what do you mean Burnley use it? Burnley got the same strategy.
Burnley use the same AI scouting, mate. Yeah. They're the
only for them. Where are they?
Club.
Oh, they had a great season.
And we bowled it to them with 10 million, no gaffer at home.
It's working for them as well, isn't it? Where are they? Mid-table, challenge if it. Oh no, wait a sec, they're in the relegation zone. So that's not working for them. Honestly, and man, people are trying.
Not only that, bruv, we gone and got Brentford set piece taker, who's a guru. All right, we got him from Brentford, yeah, who are fighting relegation. Yeah, they went and bought Caicedo because of Carrington Winstanley from Brighton. All right. And all the other directors that they're trying to pick. They're trying to copy Brighton's model, trying to copy Red Bull's model, which is low wage structure, higher profit margins, long contracts, develop the players, farm them, which is what mid-table clubs do. When you look at mid-table, like look at Wolves, and they got that Neves player. He looks a lovely player, right? But is he ready to take the next step to play for a big club? Has he got minerals? He's got some minerals there. You know, he annihilated us at our ground and beat us at Stamford Bridge. You know what I'm saying? But they look good in those clubs because they ain't got good quality all around. So they always look better. They're more glossed up. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas now, these lot are going with the data only for financial gain, my mate. Yeah, that's it. That's all they're going for. Listen, you know what you need? You need eye test scouts, which is how football runs, and you can use a bit of data, standard. And do you know what eye test scout is? Joe Shields, bruv. And the two signings we brought because of Joe Shields, one of them's Cole Palmer, and the other one's Lavia, who I do rate, who's injured. But those two players, you can clearly tell they've got this kind of profile about them. They've got something about them. And Cole Palmer is the best signing that they've made. And why? He's come from City. He's come from Pep Guardiola's grassroots. You know what I'm saying? He's got that elite mindset. He's trained with world-class players, treble-winning players, bruv. You know, day in, day out. He's been groomed, bruv, the Pep way, because the whole structure of the club is aligned with Pep Guardiola. So, of course, like, we were better off going to your academy and just fucking ransacking the whole lot, bruv, than doing all this nonsense, going to Portugal and Brazilian market. And most of these players just getting loaned out anyway because they're not ready to play for Chelsea. Even Mudrik's like, he's not a £90 million player. What are we doing here? Jackson, I mean, this guy, you got journalists saying, oh, he could be like Thierry Henry. What is all this PR nonsense, bro? It's madness, man. It's what we got to deal with. But what I want to go back to is, you know, when you say, oh, I'm happy to put my hands up and I'm wrong, or I've made the mistake. These clowns won't do that. They'll put all the blame on everyone else but themselves because they're so egotistical, bruv. Yeah? They're just full of it, bruv. And that's why I say we have to protest. We have to land it, irrespective whether you win an FA Cup or not. It's not good enough. 1 billion spent. I want top 4 FA Cup, Carabao Cup as a bare fucking minimum. All right?
Yeah, I was going to say as a minimum. Yeah, but they don't want to be right though.
We bottled it to Liverpool C team.
No, I know you did. I watched the game. Yeah, that was poor. But they don't change their mind because they want to be right, and they cannot be seen. But you know what? It takes a big person to hold their hands up and say, you know what? I got this wrong, man. Do you know what I mean? And we're going to sort this out. You were right. I was wrong. I'm going to sort this out. Do you know what I mean? Like, if he held his hands up and be like, you probably still won't like him because he's ruined your football club. But at least you'd have like, right, fair dues. Like, he's accepted he's messed up here. But this constant sort of, I mean, I've got to say that the biggest red flag for me, I'll be serious, is how you spend, what is it, £1 billion? You spent like £1 billion, and you do not have like a legit goalkeeper and a proper striker. Now, I know we'll talk about, that's what I'm saying. Now, I know Petrovic has stepped in and he looks all right. I don't know, as the season's gone on, Jackson's got a bit better. But the facts are, if I was an owner of a football club, the first thing I'd be making sure is that I have a goalkeeper and I have a striker who are good. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they can win you games and they can save you from losing. They can save you from points. And your guy went out there, he bought a load of fluff in the middle and never got an elite level striker and never got an elite level goalkeeper. I find that absolutely incredible.
Criminal. It's criminal.
It's crazy, man. It's
because
absolutely unbelievable.
It's non-footballing brains making footballing decisions. They know nothing about football, but their decisions are not based upon that. Their decisions are based on how much revenue can I gain? How much profit can I gain from what I buy? Because they're assets to them. They're relying on data for these players to develop the way that they think the data is going to tell them, bruv. They signed in Kunku. We don't even know if he's going to come back. He's been out the whole season. Hasn't hardly played Premier League.
What's going on? Did the AI not work on that? Telling him about the injuries?
What about AI? Yeah, medicals. Does it tell you about their medical history? Does it tell you about their mentality? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you look at what they won? What proven track record they got? Nah, forget about all that. We don't need to worry about that. All we've got to worry about is that their agility is fucking 90. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a load of B. I don't buy into any of this AI data thing. For me, old school, you know what I mean? Get someone who knows football, get them to watch the player and tell us, is the player good? You know what I mean? Like you said, the best player you've signed is Cole Palmer. Was there any AI data in that? No. Joe Shields turned up and said, I was at City, Cole Palmer, he's the one, sign him. He signed him and he turns out to be the best player. So clearly the AI is not giving the best thing. And like you said, for me, if the AI was telling you to buy these players that no one's ever heard of, and it's like, and it worked, you know what I mean, kind of like the Brighton dude, then fair dues. But when you're signing Enzo Fernandez, from Benfica, when you're signing Caicedo, the most in-demand centre defensive mid in the division, it's not really like AI is like finding these players. You know, I'd find it like, come on, man.
Geezer, these what they should have done is built upon what we had, all right, and upgrade on a younger cut. You know what I'm saying? A younger ilk of eliteness. Do you know what I'm saying? And bring that into the club and give Tommy T what he wants and back Tommy T. But the reality is, Chelsea fans won't tell you this, They were dictating to Tuchel who to play, like Pulisic, because we're in America pre-season. They were trying to get in the dressing room during games and half time. Do you know what I'm saying? And he said to them, get out. You know, I'm not allowing you access. And that's why it fell down, because they want access. They want control on everything. You know, that's why you got these yes men directors going into Emma Hayes' dressing room and trying to dictate Emma Hayes. And she said, yep, see you later. All right. Tuchel said, see you later. That's the eliteness there in women's football. And Tuchel's elite, only gaffering 4 months to win the Champions League. You having me on without his own squad, without signings. And he comes in mid-season, bruv, and lands the minerals like that. I mean, I'm sorry, man. You don't know what you're doing. You're not there for footballing reasons. You're there for monetary reasons. And the fan base have bought the PR of this whole, we're building a team for the next 5 years. And on top of that, they say, oh, we need another 2 more windows just to get Champions League. That takes us into their 4th year of ownership just to get Champions League, to play in the 5th year of, and you're not even going to win it, bruv. And you're relying on everyone else to fall down the table, bruv. It's just pure outright delusion, because the reality is, change the model. Change the model. That's all you got to do. Tweak it. Yeah. Go out there and buy. Don't have a wage cap of 150 grand, 200 grand. Go and buy some world-class players. Get me a fucking world-class number 10. Get me a world-class striker. Get me a world-class winger, and get me a world-class defender and centre-back, and replace Thiago Silva. The reality is, they're not going to do that. They can't do it because they've got FFP and all that they're trying to blame Roman on, when Roman's got no play in this. All right, they're just trying to tarnish his name to make him look like the culprit, and they're good. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the reality, bruv. You ain't going to get Chelsea supporters telling you this, because they don't know what they're talking about. They go on there dribbling about talking about football. It's beyond football. It's beyond talking about football, because it's the whole structure, and it's the structure that dictates what's on the pitch for you to talk about football.
But bro, this is why I don't buy into this. Oh, we had a hard job. He didn't have a hard job. He needed to come in.
A hard job. Who said?
When I see Chelsea fans or opposition fans, when I go like a Big Six or I'm on a Top 6 show or something like that, they say, "Oh well, to be fair, he come in and he had, that Chelsea was in a mess. They might have been in a mess off the pitch, but on the pitch they weren't in a mess.
We weren't a fucking mess.
That's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying. And then people say, "Oh well, he had loads to do." Hang on a minute. He could have saved about £500 million if he just went out and signed the players that you said, gone out and got an elite level striker. Yeah, got out and got a midfielder, a defender, and a proper goalkeeper. What that cost? 500 mil. He spent $1 billion. He would have saved 500 million.
And you know what, Lewis? Yeah, all right. Bowley played sporting director from the get-go.
Yeah.
A non-footballing professional. Giz hasn't got a Scooby about football. WhatsApping and calling Tuchel 24/7. Tuchel's trying to prepare. He's just come out of sanctions, bruv. It's historical, bruv. That's never happened in football. This guy had to deal with injuries, had to deal with personal life, had to deal with cement-booted ratting on our football club. He had all these issues going on, bruv. All right, and you're fucking hounding him about what players and this and that. Is this a good player? Oh, we want Ronaldo. Do you want Ronaldo? No. Why don't you want Ronaldo? 8 times I asked him. I don't want Ronaldo. He will kill my dressing room. What did he do at United? Killed the dressing room. Ten Hag had to get rid of him, bruv. And that's the way it goes, bruv, because he knows the elite gaffer. These guys don't know shit. But why are you playing sporting director? You've just bought an elite football club for cheap as well. 2.5 billion, yeah? It's tuppence, bruv. All right, let's have it right. Because the UK government corruption, all right, that wanted Roman out. And they've still got his money in the bank earning interest. And I've been saying this ever since he's been sanctioned, bruv. All right, and it's only come out yesterday or the day before that they're saying, oh, the UK government have to get involved to release the funds, but at the moment it's in the bank. Yeah, earning interest, mate. Yeah, and all these journalists are coming out of it because I've been fucking landing it. I know how this game works. I know what they've done to Roman. They've robbed our GOAT owner. Yeah, they've destroyed our football club. They brought in these moneyball Yanks to come into this club and milk us and gut us out, launder, wash out whatever they want to wash out, and they're using the PR of this trust the fucking process to blindside every supporter on social media, create a divide in the fan base so you can divide and conquer tactic. And that's all they're doing, bruv. Yeah? Go and get me an elite director straight away. Just one. You don't need to get me 2. Just get me 1 elite director. You had Mitchell there, Edwards there. You got your guy that Man United have got, Ratcliffe got. Why don't you go and do that? That's what Roman did. He got Peter Kenyon from United straight away, bruv. You know, he didn't muck around.
Because he thought it was easy. He thought it was easy, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. This guy's come in and he's arrogant. And this is why he'll never change his strategy. Because he's arrogant. This Ineos guy who's gone into United, yeah, I think he's a bit full of himself, the geezer, to be honest with you. But, like, he knows that he can't do it. Yeah, so what's he gone? He's gone in there. And look at how many people United are recruiting now in the board. They've got rid of everyone in the board. They got our guy in. Yeah, they try to get that guy from Newcastle. They've got a complete overhaul of the structure above. Because he knows, like I say, I think he's a bit full of himself, but he knows that he's not the guy to run that club. So he's got people to do it. He's only owned the club since January.
Geezer, he only owns 16% of the club because the 25% is from the Glazers share. That's the first thing. The second thing is when he first came in, he sat with their supporters trust for 4 hours in front of the camera and he says, I'm not in it for monetary reasons. I've made enough money in chemicals and oil. All right. I'm here to bring United where they belong. So I'm building an environment that's going to give the best results for the manager and the team and the club itself for footballing reasons. Yeah. Our owners come out and they go, we're going to beat Chelsea, we're going to implement a multi-club structure. And the classic line that no one talks about enough is the co-founder of Clearlake with Siri Merchant Egbali, Jose Feliciano, comes out and says it's more important to build business value than it is to win or lose on the field. When I heard that, bruv, that there's nothing you can tell me to say that these guys have got an interest in Chelsea Football Club in making us successful to compete with Man City or at a benchmark. No fucking way is that possible, bruv. Yeah, I don't care what you tell me. So why is no one questioning that? Why? Because every blue tick, every big Chelsea account, every brand envelope, Paul Steens, Fabrizio Romano's, all these guys, Ben Jacobs, they're all in the pocket of these clowns. We've got Tom Roddy, who's the commercial communications director, who's come from the Times, employed by Chelsea, bruv. You've got Meatloaf Bailey with a Glazers clause as chairman earning 20 million a year, milking our football club as the highest earner, bruv. Yeah? These are the facts, bruv. So when you speak to Chelsea supporters, you can pass this shit on to them because they don't know what they're talking about. You can give me all this Enzo's amazing, Mudrik's better than fucking Saka and all this nonsense, bruv. It's just illusion, bruv. The best player in our team right now, there's only 2 players for me that are available. That's Thiago Silva, who's world class, and Cole Palmer. Everyone else ain't cutting it. All right. When Reece James comes back and when Chilwell comes back, granted, we got some levels there, and Gusto's showing some good signs. That's it, bruv. Everyone else, average. And I'm calling it what it is. I go to the games, I back the players, I chant and back the players, bruv, and I back this bottle job proper Spursy gaffer because I fucking will have to, just like Jellyfish Potter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how much more do you want to take the piss out of the supporters? How much more? Because it's supporters that have the power. If we turn as a new night, bruv, and we proper protest like Strasbourg, they sold Kai Havertz and bought Strasbourg, all right? And Strasbourg ultras are protesting to get him out. They want him out, bruv. Yeah, already before Chelsea supporters. How embarrassing is that to us? And we're a ruthless firm, bruv. We're fucking notorious, bruv, the Chelsea. Yeah, no one messes with the Chelsea.
You know.
We are now.
Yeah, but you know what's happening is here. Yeah, what's happened at Arsenal has reshaped the football fans' small brain because people look at Arsenal and go, "Oh, but they struggled for 2 years and now they're competing for the Premier League. So if we struggle for 2 years, we'll compete for the Premier League in 2 years." That's not how it works, man.
Competing's not enough.
Bro, but it's not even about competing. There's no guarantee that you will be the same as Arsenal and start competing for the Premier League. People are so dumb at times. People just look at Arsenal and go, well, Arsenal struggled for 2 years, and now look at them. So if we just struggle for 2 years with Pochettino and the team that we've got and all the mess that's going above, in 2 years, we'll be fine. All right, you might be. That is a possibility. But there's no guarantee it does. And the way you're going at the moment, I don't think like you're going to be competing for the Premier League in 2 years or 3 years or whatever with this setup, with this manager and these players.
Joe 90, Simon Jordan thinks we are, and then he said, "I retract from that." And then he come out, he goes, "We've got a world class potential to win the Premier League in a year's time."
Potential
is not guarantees, bruv.
Potential.
No guarantees.
If I go down the shop, and put £2 on the Euro Millions, I've got a potential of becoming a billionaire, of winning the Euro Millions. Potential. It's unlikely to happen. It's probably not going to happen, right? It's because it's potential. And this is what I'm saying. Yeah, if potential was guaranteed, no one would buy a footballer over 25. Why would you? If it was guaranteed, why would you do it? You just go and get all the 20-year-olds, man.
Yeah, Real Madrid, you know what they go and do? They keep Mudryk and Kroos, bruv. And they bring in Schumann and Camavinga, bruv. They brought Bellingham in, bruv. They're bringing in Mbappe. They got Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. They got a core there. They got elite mentality because it's not we need to try and win the La Liga and the Champions League. It's compulsory, bruv, to win it. It's an absolute must. All right. Chelsea were the same. You know, we've only been in the Europa League twice. We've won it twice, bruv. You know what I'm saying? We don't even brag about it. We've been robbed in Champions League, but we've won it twice. Do you know how hard it is to win the Champions League? You know, because we've done you in Porto. Do you know what I'm saying? It scars you, bruv. That first loss always scars. We got scarred, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, we ain't going to be that. We're an elite football club, but we're not being dressed like one and run like one because we're run by clowns, bruv. And to put this out, bruv, I don't know if you see it, yeah? I don't know if you see it. It was broadcasted. Telegraph, fucking Talk Sport. Joe 90 was having kittens, bruv. He's walking like a pregnant fellow in the Talk Sport studio, bruv, because of the Clown Lake stickers, bruv, and the Chelsea Sports Trust. You know, Ratcliffe sits in front of the Supporters Trust, yeah, for United, shows respect. These clowns set up a fan advisory board to counter the Chelsea Supporters Trust. And when the Chelsea Supporters Trust write a 1,500 worded letter, they just ignore that, get the FAB to get in to reply with, don't worry about a thing, every little thing is going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? They actually did that, yeah? And now the Chelsea Supporters Trust are going, we don't want to, like, burn bridges with the ownership. Fuck the ownership, man.
Yeah.
We got to go in there, bruv. We got to land it.
Yeah, you got to be
I'm
careful,
the only
man.
platform geezer that fucking says it as it is, bruv. I'm the only one. I ain't bought by no one, never will be. I won't have anyone tell me otherwise, bruv. Because what I've been saying is facts, bruv, for a whole year. Don't bring me this Carabao Cup. Oh, we could have won a Carabao Cup. Oh, we could maybe win the FA Cup to get Europa League. Our squad can't even cope next year with European football and Premier League football. Even Pochettino's come out and said our squad's too thin. So what are we doing here, bruv? We're going to sell Cobham players to balance the FFP, so we're weakening our team even further to buy what? 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, bruv? Like, you got to change the model. It's not going to work.
You do have to change it, but also you got to be careful with these fan group things because you got to know which ones are with the club because the club will want a tick box fan group. They'll say, "Oh, with the fan group, we consulted with the fan group. The fan group agree." And then you've got on the other side, you'll have a proper fan group. So, like we have at the City, we have a couple of fan groups. So you got to make sure you know which fan group is associated with the club because they might get perks and stuff. You know what I mean? Or like, you got to know which one to associate yourself with. Because listen, I can't lie, yeah. If I owned a football club, I'll be serious. If I owned a football club, I'd be trying to get all these fan groups in my pocket, man. You know what I mean? I'd be like, you know what I mean? Because you want them on your side. You know, you as an owner, you want an easy life. Everyone wants an easy life, right? No one wants a hard life. So if I'm an owner of a football club, I'm going to all the big accounts. Yeah. Oh, you fancy coming down Stamford Bridge? I'll put you in a box. You know what I mean? You try to get them on side. You know what I mean? This is the situation that I would do if I do that as just a normal guy. You got to ask yourself the question, like the owners surely are probably doing something similar. So that's why with the fan groups, you got to make sure that the fan groups that you're backing as a fan, this isn't just Chelsea, all fans, that these are like, you know, not connected with the club in any way where
Chelsea
it could be
Supporters
bought.
Trust is been there for yonks, bruv, and they they have all the proper Chelsea on board with that, right? This fan advisory board was set up by Clown Lake, and they've got the chairman, who's from Chelsea Sports Trust, to be a member part of not the main board. There's only 3 on the main board that sit on the board. He's under that as like a member of this fan advisory board to see, listen, give intake. That's what they do. They're PR merchants, brown envelope matrix merchants. They get people in there so they don't want to burn bridges. That's what it's all about, bruv. Because they don't want to lose privileges at the end of the day. And that's what you call being bought is. All right. That's why I get shadow banned, I get fucking disrespected, I get this and targeted, bruv. I'm called negative, toxic. Why? Because I want the best for my football club. I know this is not Chelsea. People are going, no, it is Chelsea. No, it's not Chelsea. This is not Chelsea. This is not Chelsea mentality. Do you know how hard it is to build up a football club at the elite level? Roman Abramovich built it. Yeah, you know, your City come from what? What have you come from? And then you've built up, you've had your owners and they built you up in a strategic manner, getting the best gaffers, buying the best players and doing it how Roman did it in a way and going in the right direction, bruv. Yeah, it's hard, bruv. It's not easy. Yeah, these clans have just come in and gutted that all down, burnt it all. They're pissing on the ashes because they're trying to mud Roman and go, we're going to rebuild it our way. It's our way or the highway. Fucking yeehaw. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the reality situation.
And the thing is as well, they didn't have to do that. They could have done if they wanted to do a hybrid. Like I say, I wouldn't have done that. But if they wanted to do a hybrid approach where they stick with sort of what's worked in the past of getting like the better players and the sort of the here and now players, but then dabble in the market and get a couple of these young players, no problem with that. You know what I mean? But the whole tunnel vision approach, it's weird, man. It's proper weird.
Geezer,
And
listen, we are done out here. I've said it last season. I warned everyone about this model. They didn't want to listen. All right, too many agendas on me. Fuck them all. I don't give a shit. They're nothing to me, bruv. Yeah, I'm only interested in people that talk facts. You're a City supporter. I've got League Gunner, Arsenal supporter. People are talking facts about our football club. Yeah, that see it how I see it and know it, bruv. But yet our own people, own supporters, so-called supporters in our fan base are fucking delusional, bruv. Yeah, propping PR because their tribal armor goes on because you're trying to mud me. I know you're not mudding me by coming on here saying all these things. People in the chat, some people might not like it, yeah. But the reality is the truth hurts. This is the truth. Like this is actually what's happening at Chelsea. You know, we've been sabotaged deliberately, calculatively. Yeah, tactfully. It's been done, premeditated. They knew what they're doing. Go and do your research. You're too lazy, bruv. Go and do your research on these owners. Go and listen to what they say. They've told you what they're going to do. It's just I know a little bit more about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got privileges like that. But privilege don't stop me from fucking saying it for what it is, bruv. You're winding me up here. It's a joke thing. I want to get onto Cole Palmer because literally we're in the ground going, just give it a Palmer. Pass it to Palmer. How fucking embarrassing is that? All right? Because he's the only one that's got minerals, bruv. He's actually got fucking minerals. Can you believe it? This kid is absolutely balling out, carrying this team. I'm not saying he's turning. He went missing in the Liverpool Carabao Cup final. I'll be real about that. He did go missing in that. A lot of players did. But, he's a young kid and he's carrying his Chelsea team. He's walking around like a don because he knows he's the best player in the squad.
Yeah, right? He knows it, man. It's funny, It's funny.
Yeah.
You can tell when he's just like doing interviews or when he's on the pitch, he's looking around at some of these players going, how are you playing for Chelsea, mate? You know what I mean? It's like when that Tim Sherwood guy said to him in that interview, you need better players around you. And he handled it well, to be fair, Cole Palmer.
What's he going to say? You're right.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He handled it well. But deep down, he's probably thinking, fucking, I know, mate. I know somebody's a shot. But now, listen, Cole Palmer's a baller, man. I didn't want us to sell him in the summer. I seen him in the academy grow up, develop. Him and James McAtee, the lad who's gone to Sheffield United, absolute ballers. And didn't want us to sell him. I wasn't celebrating the money. You know what I mean? The 40 mil. Didn't think it was a good sale. And it's a little bit of a surprise that he's done this well. But I always knew he was going to bang, mate. I always knew he was going to bang because he's got aura. You know what I mean? He's got that sort of. He don't care. A lot of young players, they break through the academy. What they played in front of 500 people on an academy, if that. You know what I mean? They go through an academy game, playing in front of 500 people if they're lucky, to go and playing at the Bridge, playing at Etihad, Old Trafford, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 people watching, bright lights, cameras on them, Sky Sports, millions of eyes, getting cooked on Twitter off all these fucking weirdos, you know what I mean? And, he stepped up and I just don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. And actually, some of the best players, they just don't care. He don't care if he gets cooked on Twitter. He don't care what people say. He'll go out there and listen, he's not going to play well every game. What is he, 21? It's his first season in the Premier League properly playing. You know what I mean? So he's going to have some bad games, but he's coming in there. He knows what he's about. And he knows he's comfortably the best player in that team. Do you know what I'm saying? And
what I will say is the stats are great. Performances are great, but we're still mid-table, and that's where my problem lies. Is that stats are great, and he's beat the 30 GA that Mason Mount got, and I said I need someone to get me 30 GA, and he's done that, but we're sitting mid-table, and this is the thing that's the delusional side of the supporters where you've got to build around this player. The reality is Cole Palmer going to stick around for 2-3 years to get Champions League, number one? Number two, if the signings ain't good enough to build to compete, that's another reason for him not to stay. You're already talking about increasing his wages. And I've got a feeling if City get away with their charges and that, or whatever if they're guilty, do they go back in for him? And does a Man United going for him because he supports United?
Mm.
He hasn't got any loyalty to Chelsea, and this is where when you stand a player, you have to be very, very careful, because in this day and age, a player like Cole Palmer, who knows he's the best top dog, he's in a position where if a big club comes in for him and offers him first team football, challenging, where he can win trophies, he's gone.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this, yeah. We're probably going to lose Bernardo Silva this year. Yeah, he's probably going to go. It's £50 million release clause, isn't it? So, like, let's be honest. Someone's activating that in the summer. I would take Cole Palmer back as that right winger. Like that, bro. I'm taking him back. Now,
Is he?
it's a year.
I got this thing where I think he could be better than Foden.
I don't know, man. I think Foden is.
I think they're slightly different. They're
They are
slightly different.
They are different.
But
I
I think
personally
numbers wise, is I don't know what Foden's on at the moment this season, but
Foden's just broke his record. Actually, he's slamming it. I think Foden's a more sort of gifted player in terms of his ability and that. But like Cole Palmer's up there. I said today on another show, I said someone was asking me about Saka and Palmer. I said Palmer is a better football player than Saka.
Yeah.
He's a better football player than Saka. Now, I will say this. Saka's done it now for a couple of years at the top end of the table. Palmer's done it for 1 year in a mid-table situation. So you can't just say automatically, oh yeah, Palmer over Saka. But as a football player, in terms of ability-wise, there's no doubt in my mind Palmer's a better player than Saka. But like you said earlier on, it's all good doing it now when you're mid-table. Yeah, let's see what he does next year when you guys are trying to get back in the Champions League and the pressure's on. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think that he needs to do this again next season. He has to do it again and again, and then
Of course, yeah.
Then you know, right? This is a real top player. You know what I'm saying?
He will do that.
I mean,
though.
he's. I literally go when I watch game. I'm watching Cole Palmer because he's very clever off the ball, very good positional awareness, reads the game. In those instinctive moments, he knows what to do, and he lands the minerals. And
he will do that though. He will do that year after year after year. There's no doubt in my mind. This is why I'm saying, like, for me, I still have Saka above him in terms of like, do you know what I mean? But because of what he's done. But there's no doubt in my mind.
Foden and Palmer, bruv, in the same team is a joke. That's a joke.
I was chatting to someone very close to Palmer. I'll tell you after the stream, and this is when he was at City. He was told after that once Mahrez left, he'd be the guy. Yeah, he'd be the step in. But I think yeah, and here's the thing: when we signed Doku was at Stade Rennes in France, yeah, and he used to play right wing. So I think when we signed Doku, I think his head went, nah, I'm not having this again. You know what I mean? So then we sold him because he wanted out, understandably so. He got off. As it happened, we've not even played Doku on the right. He's played left fucking wing all season. Yeah. So Palmer would have probably got some minutes. He wouldn't have played as much as he did at Chelsea, of course. But yeah, I think the Doku signing spooked him, man. And I think that's why in the end he said, I need to leave. Which is annoying, really. Because like I said, Doku didn't even play on the right. Yeah, he's got it. That's to say, like, you like the minerals. He's got the minerals, bro. He's got it. He's not going to stick there waiting.
What we saying in terms of tomorrow's game, all right, City are wounded, if you like, or pissed off. Their tails are up again.
Yeah.
Do you see us? Do you see City steamrolling Chelsea, or do you think Chelsea's going to be that kryptonite? And do you? How do you see the game going? And what's your lineup? Like,
yeah.
You think Pep is going to? Oh, I'm going to drop Rodri and De Bruyne.
I have no idea what he's going to do, bro. Honestly, I don't have a clue what the guy's going to do. Because I don't know the fit. Like, what's the freshness of the players? Is Rodri available? The guy's looking absolutely knackered. We literally run this guy into the ground. Yeah, is Kevin? He said Kevin De Bruyne's all right, but is he all right to play? Is he all right to start? What's going on with Haaland? I don't know what's going on. So I don't have a clue what he's going to do with the starting 11. I don't think we're going to steamroll you. No chance. I'm going for a City win. I've gone for a 2-0. I think it'll be one of those close games. And we managed to get it done, but
there's no Haaland, is there?
So apparently, like, I've seen the transfer news, not transfer, the press conference before, and it's like a bit weird. Apparently, he's got some sort of muscle issue, so he's probably not going to be out. He's probably not going to be available.
I think you play better without him, personally.
Yeah. Well, that's I struggle to disagree at times. But here's the thing: if you create for him, we're better with him in the team. If you don't create him chances, you do play better without him. Like, yeah, I mean, there's been so many games this year where we've played and we've not created him a single chance, not even a single shot. Well, then there's no point in having him in the team in that sort of situation because he's not a Harry Kane. Yeah, all these fucking weapons saying, oh, he needs to work on his build-up play. No, he doesn't. He's never going to be as good as Harry Kane. He's never going to, he's 21. He's what? No, he's more than that. He's 22, 23. He's not going to turn out.
Harry Kane's elite, bruv. His all-round game's
Yeah,
elite.
but that's what I'm saying. People are like, he needs to be like Harry Kane. No, he doesn't actually. What he needs to do is keep working on he's a goal scorer, old school goal scorer. He needs to master that art of being an elite level goal scorer. He's never going to be a Harry Kane. He's never going to be able to drop in deep and play some mad back passes over the top. He's not got the ability to do that, and he never will, right? I'm not slagging him off for that. I'm just saying, don't work on something that you're never going to be good at. You know what I mean? Work on refining your elite level game, which is putting the ball in the back of the net. But we've not played to his strengths this year at all. I didn't actually know this. Someone told me this morning. Last year, yeah, we had 2 players in the top 7 Premier League most through balls, right? Ilkay Gundogan was 7th and Kevin De Bruyne was 2nd. Last year, the whole Premier League season, most through balls of any players in the Premier League. This year, we don't have a single player in the top 10. Not one player in the top 10.
You've had De Bruyne injured for a majority of the season. You've lost Gundogan.
Yeah.
And
as
Bernardo
much as I like
Silva's been out as
Kovacic,
well.
he's not the guy to play balls in behind the defence.
No,
is he?
he ain't. No, he's not.
He's a possession guy. He comes on at the end of the game for us, kills it off, or you got like a
ticks
tight
the game.
game.
He keeps ticking.
Yeah, he's a good player. I like Kovacic. Don't get me wrong. And I thought 25 mil, whatever it was. I thought it was a good price. But
our supporters are telling us he's dead wood, mate. Yeah.
No. What it is you got to utilise him in the right game. You don't want to play him against Luton at home. You don't play Kovacic Luton at home. But like Liverpool away, we actually didn't play him, which was annoying.
He's experienced. He's experienced.
He's got experience, mate. He's played at top clubs, over 100 caps for his country. He knows what he's doing, man. But yeah, listen, tomorrow, I don't know, man, because I spoke to a couple of Chelsea fans today, and a few Chelsea fans want Chelsea to just play like a super low block, like Arsenal did, and try and frustrate City. But I don't know what you guys should do. I'm trying to think, because of course you don't want to go all out for it, because we usually do well when teams go all out for it. But I'm just thinking City are going to be tired, man. City are going to be tired, and I don't know if sitting back on the edge of the box for 90 minutes and trying to get us on the counter is the right thing to do. But I don't know. I don't actually know what's going to happen tomorrow.
I think the big Wembley pitch is going to play a role for us, like in our midfield. I don't know whether Enzo, and they're saying Enzo, he's got hernia, needs hernia operation, and that's why he's not playing, all this PR nonsense. If Enzo plays, I think you'll kill us in midfield. If he doesn't play, and he plays Caicedo and Gallagher as two sixes, if you like, and he'll probably put Cole Palmer in the 10, and then he'll play Sterling on the right, Mudryk on the left, Jackson. He might do that. If I'm the way I would set up, I would play counter-attacking football, because you will press, you will push up, you'll have a high line, and you can use Sterling and Mudryk and Cole Palmer getting in between the lines to sort of counter you, and that's the only way. But our defence ain't good enough for that. And if he doesn't play Thiago Silva, then no chance. But
why won't he play Thiago Silva? Is he injured or something?
He's not injured. It's just he's been exiled, bruv. Basically, long story short, he wanted to sign a contract extension. They want an NDA in the contract extension. He won't sign the NDA.
An NDA?
Yeah. Because, bruv. They got every player they sign's on an NDA. Every player. Every director, every manager.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, bruv. Because they don't want anything getting leaked out of the true reality of the circus behind the scenes. That's a fact. I'm not joking.
I tell you what's going to happen one day, yeah. Someone who's working at Chelsea, someone eventually will have it might be in a year, it might be 2, it might be 5, it might be 10 years. One day, someone will have the balls to step up and say, I'm going to tell you everything that went on at Chelsea in 2022, 2024.
Too late. It's no good. We need it now.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
At some point, might do that. He might do that. At some point,
someone's going to do it. Now, like I say, whether it's today, tomorrow, a year, 5, don't know. You obviously, as a Chelsea supporter, want it now. I'm just saying it will happen at some point. It just depends when it happens. But someone will eventually come out and speak about it, mate. Someone will, because this, it's not right, man.
I'm doing what I can, but I need someone of like that ilk who's right in the mix. Do you know what I mean? They're a player or someone. Mason Mount will one day, but I don't think he'll come out. He's sort of said here and there. He said, you know, I realised the owners, I wasn't in the owners' plans, and United came and I went. Do you know what I mean? End of.
The
'Cause they
problem is,
forced
you
me
know,
out.
you're in a modern day, yeah, these journalists, right? They're not properly independent. And you know, the clubs can ban journalists from turning up at the press
Yeah,
conference
they're
whenever
all
they want.
owned, bruv. They're all
But this is
owned.
what
If you're not in
this is
their
what I'm saying.
pocket, you're
This
not
is why I
getting
don't
in.
really listen to a lot of journalists, man, because like at the end of the day, this is why I think actually press conferences, you know, you shouldn't be able to dictate who can come in and who can't. Obviously, within reason, like I can't just let the man off the street just walk in. But like, if you're like an accredited journalist or like you're someone who's got a platform, I think you should be allowed in. And I don't think the club should be like refuse you, because if the club can refuse you, then you know you're not really going to get too many people challenge. You're going to get a couple who've got the big balls, but most of them are going to be like, well, I'm not going to say anything bad. You know what I mean? How many times I get this at City? My club's been winning loads of stuff over the last few years. You probably get it as well. How many times do you like get a really bad result or a really bad transfer decision? And like, no journalists ask anything. No journalists sit there in the press
No,
conferences
they
and say,
won't, bruv.
how come you've done this? Or how come you sold Riyad Mahrez for 25 million when he gets 30 G&A a year and replaced him with a young kid who's gonna take it? How come you messed up with the Gundogan? How come you didn't sign Gundogan on a contract? No one's gonna sit there and do that, because if they do that, you know, the old PR press guy will walk up to him and says, "Nice one, mate. That was your last press conference. Don't come back here again."
Poch walked out of the last one after the game that we beat Everton 6-0 because there was that penalty handbags, yeah, with
Yeah.
Mudryk
I've
and
seen it. I've
sorry,
seen it.
Madueke and Palmer, yeah, Palmer, Madueke and
Jacko.
Jackson, yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Palmer's clearly our penalty taker. It happened with Sterling before. It happened with Madueke before again. Still
Yeah.
not been rectified, because the reality is Poch he's not a leader like that. He's not elite. He's just a decent average manager. Do you know what I'm saying? The reality is, right now we've got these directors that got involved, these Carrot Inman, Stanley and Stuart Little, trying to like set the tone. Is an embarrassment. That's like Marina Granovskaya and Peter Cech sitting with Tuchel and all the players going, right, who's going to take the penalty? It's fucking embarrassing. The reality is it shows what a circus it is behind the scenes, that there's no structure, there's no leadership, there's no experience. Poch keeps crying out for experience. He ain't going to get that experience. He knows it, bruv. He signed an NDA. He walked out of that press conference when they kept asking him about the penalty incident, all right? And
Yeah.
he walked out because end of the day, he knows it's on him. He
Of
should
course it's
have
fine.
set the
Of course it
bar,
is.
bruv. You
Of
know?
course it is. Of course it is. You know, it's not difficult. Cole Palmer is our penalty taker. If we get a penalty and he's on the pitch, he's taking it. No
Right.
exceptions. That's end of. I'm manager. If I see anyone kicking off with him, you're getting subbed off in front of 40,000 fans. Simple. But he's obviously not done that. He's not had that conversation. And why Jackson's getting involved, by the way, I checked the stats before and seen that Madueke has took 2 penalties this year for Chelsea and scored them both. Jackson's not taken a single penalty this year. Why he's getting involved? Why is he getting involved for? You know what I mean?
Because he wants to hit 15 GA as his
No,
target.
I get what he wants to do it, because
Selfish.
he wants to stat pad. Yeah, he wants to get the goal so he can like, oh, I hit 15. But like, go away, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. At least I seen a Madueke scored one against Crystal Palace in the 90th minute, so he's took one under pressure. I kind of get him maybe having a little conversation. But
Yeah, but
Jackson, like,
where were they against Man United? Where were they fighting to take that penalty against United
no, that's
in those
what I'm
5
saying.
minutes?
No, that's what I'm saying. But Madueke did take one against Crystal Palace when you beat him 2-1, and he scored one in the 90th minute. So he has stepped up when the pressure's on and took one and scored it. Jackson's not took one this year. So I don't know why he's stepping up and wanting to get involved.
Right,
Well, we
this
do.
guy in
Like
the
say, stat
striker.
pad.
This
No, I
guy in
know.
the
And actually,
Why
you
are
know
we
what?
looking at Ozyman if he's
Yeah.
so good? Yeah.
No, listen, I
I
say this
want that
about,
Gikores, what's his
oh, the
name?
Portuguese guy.
I like this guy. I like this guy.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him play. But
He looks
listen, I
decent.
think Jackson for me is not been as bad as I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be absolutely dog shit, but he's been slightly less than that. He's actually not been too bad. But you still need a new like elite level striker. You need to make a decision. What's this Petrovic saying? I got to go in a minute, but what's this Petrovic saying, bro? Is he long term, or is it
He's
just
probably going
sort
to
of?
be loaned out, if I'm being real.
So who's your keeper then next
The
year?
word around is they're looking at Shermany, and now you're getting this news that Enzo swap deal with money for Shermany. Enzo wants out. Enzo's told his agent, get me out already. People don't know that. I do. So let's have it right. So he's trying to get out. He doesn't suit the Premier League, and that's the problem. He's a Serie A, La Liga player. He's not a Premier League player. That's all. There's nothing against him. I think he's got some talent and he's got some minerals there, and he's shown it in the World Cup, playing with a fucking great Argentinian team with one of the greatest players ever. You know what I'm saying? That carried him as well. But playing for Chelsea mid-table, bruv. No, man. This guy's carried us to mid-table. Well, all of them have carried us to mid-table. Petric is decent. I like him. Better than Sanchez. Sanchez is only 25. Can you believe that? Third choice Seagull merchant goalkeeper, and we signed him for 25 million. This guy, I panic when he's in between the sticks.
I couldn't believe you signed him either.
It's shit show, bruv. I mean, it's just poor recruitment.
Was he another AI data scout?
Oh, he's a Seagull merchant, so we'll have him. So
they might
as well have bought Brighton, bruv.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it probably cost. It would have probably been cheaper. You know, I don't get about this AI thing. So you know, when the Sanchez deal's happening, yeah, let's assume it was AI again, and like, you know, the transfer people are talking to each other, right? The AI, the data's telling us Sanchez from Brighton. Is there no one in that room and goes, hang on a minute, he's third choice at Brighton? Are we definitely sure this AI and this data is correct because he's third choice at Brighton? Is there no one having that conversation, or is it literally just trust the process, trust the AI data? The data never lies, man. You know, it's just weird.
Yeah. The data never lies. Well, at the moment, it fucking well does, because we're sitting ninth in the table. We're a long way from Starbucks, Levat, Super Crema. We're a long way from Champions League football. Your 100-point team, and our XG Paul Merchants looks amazing. Our XG is incredible. Yeah, how's it going? Is it going well for us? Are we looking fantastic? Are we competing with the best teams in the world? Nah, you know what I'm saying. So,
but you got to a Carabao Cup final, and you got to a semi-final FA Cup. This is what they'll say. This is why you've actually got a difficult job, man, because you're trying to convince people that you're right, and I think you're right 100%. But people will go, well, actually, you're not right, because we got to a final and a semi-final, and maybe we get to another final, and it's like it muddies the waters. And I know, like, fans won't want to say, you know, lose the game, but like it becomes an easier and more, like, I can see it clearly that Chelsea, like, it's shocking where you are. Like, it's embarrassing that you, like, the amount of money you've spent and the way you spent it, that you're not in at least a top four. But when fans see you get to finals and semi-finals, people will say, well, hang on a minute, maybe it is working. It's like, it's not working. It's not like,
it's not sustainable on
that's it. Yeah, it's not
level.
It's not sustainable.
Level.
You might, it's like United. It's like United, right? United over the last decade have been absolutely shambolic. The way they've run the football club has been ridiculous, hilarious to watch. But they've still won trophies, and they will always continue to win trophies. Why?
They're still above us.
Because when you're spending £1 billion, even if you spend it wrong, you're probably still going to win a couple of trophies along the way over a decade period. Yeah. This is why United have still won stuff. This is why they won like 3 trophies with Mourinho. This is why they won the Carabao Cup last year. They got to a final last year. Could have won a double. It's not because they're a good team. It's just inevitably you are still going to have some level of success.
Europa League with Jose, yeah, because he's an elite gaffer with that dog shit team. You know what I'm saying? And he came second to you lot in that.
And he said it was a dog shit team.
Yeah, of course he did. You know, that's what we lack. We don't have that elite mentality. We don't have that gaffer to come in and go, you're shit, you're good. I want you, I don't want you. We're not building with a gaffer. The model is the gaffer. And the model is the Clown Lakes.
Well, your owners won't let you have a gaffer like that, though.
They won't. They can't. And no gaffer wants the job anyway.
I'm not being funny, right? But it's so obvious when you have Tommy Tuchel, as a manager, and then you go and get Graham Potter and Pochettino, that you're only going to get managers who are yes men.
And what they do, Lewis, is they go, when they were looking to recruit Poch, they'll go, what's his name? Light Bulb Company, from Burnley, all right, who was in Championship at that moment in time, and Giroud, who's at Spurs. That was the list. We had Enrique Nagelsmann, who both rejected Chelsea. Not their PR tells you they rejected them because they weren't right for the project. No, Nagelsmann came out and said it's a club in troubled waters, and this project is not for football. Enrique's got a specific way of playing. And he wants that. Otherwise, he won't go there. They weren't going to give it to him. They were going to sell the players he wanted. And he said, see you later. That's why we had to settle for that. Now they're bringing us Arnie Slot. They're bringing us the herpes. Yeah, because he's horizontal vertical. He's fucking unbelievable. Yeah. Who's mid-table, dog shit. All right. Thomas Frank. Yeah, Dumbo is with Poch. So Poch looks better than all those gaffers because he actually is better than all those gaffers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, we're better off keeping with Poch. Well, why can't you go and get me Alonso and pay all the money and get him? Why can't you get me a Morin or some sort of gaffer like that? You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna take
money.
it. They're not going to take it because they don't want to be yes man. They want to go in there and you know they want to win. They want to
be. Bruv. They love the game.
And this is it with Pochettino. He's not a winner. He's not a winner, so he's not asked. If you go and ask any manager who's a winner, yeah, you think Mourinho comes back to Chelsea with the state of the owners right now? No, because he's not going to be dictated to, is he? You know what I mean? He's just going to be like, what the fuck? Nah, I want to run the club. It's my club. I'm the manager. I want to make the decisions. I want to sign the players. Oh, it's like, it's just wild, mate.
Does Pep do that? Does Pep go, don't worry, you sign me a bunch of kids and I'll deal with it? Bollocks.
I know.
You know what
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And you watch what we do this summer. You mark my words. This summer, we'll go big in the transfer window.
I want to ask you, before we wrap it up, yeah, what's happening with these charges? Because it's all there. When's it coming out?
Fuck knows, mate. Absolutely. I have no idea, bro. You know, I have no idea what's going on with it. No one knows anything.
Is Pep going to leave?
I think Pep's coming to the end of his time at City. Anyway, he's done 8 years. You know what I mean? So I think he'll do 10 years. I think he'll do 2 more years. Do the 10 years and then get off. You've done 10 years, man. That's a long time, innit? So I don't know what's going to go on with the charges, man. But at the end of the day, all I can do is wait. No, I've never said once we're innocent or we're guilty because I don't know. The only people who know whether they're innocent or guilty were the people that were alleged to have done this. Facts. Yeah,
your owners have handed brown envelopes all over the gaff. Let's have it right.
They probably do. Probably do. But in terms of this charge, I don't know. If we're guilty, we're guilty. We'll take it. I'll move. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, but I have no idea what's going to happen, bro. I have no idea. What I would say is like, the onus is on the Premier League to prove that we're guilty. So if they've got to prove it, it's not up to us to defend we're innocent. You know what I mean? It's up to this is a thing that goes around in the media. Oh, if City is so innocent, why don't City just hand it over? No, that's not how it works, mate. It's up to the Premier League to prove that we're guilty. So if they can prove that, then you know, fair dues, isn't it? But the whole rules are a joke anyway. These whole FP rules, mate, are a load of nonsense. Absolute load of nonsense, mate. If a billionaire wants to spend a few quid on a couple football players, mate, to give a bit of excitement, you know what I mean? Let him do it. I mean, what's the problem? I don't see what the problem is.
I mean, your Mansour fella and all the owners, they've probably got Michael Clayton, George Clooney on the phone, bruv. Get him to fix it, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bring in a fat gold briefcase, bruv. Do a Marcellus Wallace with fucking Travolta, open it up, see all this gold, just beautiful gold, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And then it all goes in the bin. No one talks about it.
Make it go away.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I say if City get found guilty, I mean, you know, what people don't realize is they're effectively saying City have committed fraud. That's what they're saying because they're saying we've lied about equity funding. They're saying these sponsorships, yeah, they're not sponsorships. It was Sheikh Mansour putting money in the club, disguising it as such fraud. If that gets proved correct, City have to go back through all the accounts, yeah, and restate all their accounts because they put in the accounts as sponsorship. It's not equity funding, so basically it's fraud. Now, if they say City have committed fraud, you're effectively saying the vice prime minister or vice president of the UAE, yeah, Sheikh Mansour, has committed fraud. So it's a big fucking allegation to make. It's a massive allegation.
See, so yours is fraud, yeah. Ours is just how we've spent money. Well, these clowns have spent like $1 billion in free transfer windows in quick succession. You know, they're loophole merchants. They've sold two of our hotels to themselves.
I know, they love a loophole. The best thing about that hotel thing is how they put a management contract in, so they still get the revenue from the hotel. That's class, man.
Yeah,
that is funny. That.
Yeah. So look, they know what they're doing like that. They just need to stay the fucking well away from football decisions.
Oh yeah, but all the owners know what they're doing when it comes to that stuff, Johnny, mate. Like these, these are billionaires. You know what I mean? They're not stupid. You know what I mean? By the way, there'll be more loopholes. I guarantee you, within the next 12 months, this hotel thing, you won't be able to do that going forward. Yeah, but then they'll find another loophole. Do you know
it's
what
like
I mean?
more ties in of contracts.
Yeah, the 8-year thing.
They've cut that off now.
Yeah,
they've kept it to a 5-year cap. The reality is, I don't think anything will happen to us. I don't even think anything's going to happen to City. I'll be real.
I tell you what, I think will happen with City. We'll get a massive fine for non-cooperation. It'll be 30 million quid non-cooperation.
They just want money. The FA and the Prem want money. That's what they want.
They want City to hand over all their documents, everything. And City is saying, no, you've got no jurisdiction for us to hand over everything. Do you know what I mean? So we got fined 10 million from UEFA when we beat them for non-cooperation. We'll get a 30 million pound fine, non-cooperation. That's my prediction. But listen, if they can prove we've committed fraud, then we'll probably get kicked out of the league. So
proven in it until guilty. Do you know what I mean? Listen, your prediction was what? 2-0?
2-0, sir.
2-0. City go through to play Coventry.
Fucking hope so. That'd be funny.
Listen, do you know what be fucking? I can see it happening. Chelsea beat you lot, and we go and play Coventry in the final and lose to Coventry. Bro. I fucking, listen, I won't be able to take it, bruv. I'll end up in A&E with fucking cardiac arrest, bruv, if that happened. But I'll be real. I've got a slight feeling we seem to play well against City, and I'm going to go with my Chelsea heart and head and sort of go 2-2 penalties, Cole Palmer winner. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think I'll fucking end up in A&E if that happens, bro. And one of us has ended up in A&E, lad.
One of us is going to be in the bin, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sitting there for 5 hours.
You'll be going on another bender. You know what I'm saying? You'll be going on another bender. I'll just be fucking in A&E, bruv.
I see a notification pop up on my phone. So Johnny Minerals live YouTube, live from A&E, and you just sat there. you sat there with your phone, in front of you, saying, "All right, lads. Shame about the CHELS. I'm in A&E."
All tubed up, everything, bruv. You know what I mean? Fucking still landing minerals. But yeah, big up. Anything you got coming up? We've got your channel in the title, bruv. Big up to everyone in here. Smash the likes, hit the subscribe, and subscribe to Lewis's channel as well. But what you got coming up, geezer?
Yeah, man, I'm going to swerve it tonight, man. I'm not doing any previews. I'm going to go out. Like I said, I'm on piss with the lads tonight. So, yeah, I'm going to just chill out tonight, man. And then we'll do some stuff tomorrow, innit? Hopefully Wolves will beat Arsenal, which will make it a great day. So yeah, now big up, man, big up. I'm like 40 subscribers, man, away from the next checkpoint, 17k. So if everyone could like come over and just 40 people get us to 17k, that'd be mega. So big up, man, big up
to everyone. Make sure you do subscribe, guys. I've got one Super Minerals here. I just forgot to read out. Big up to Brian. He says up the Chelsea, up the Minerals. Long live Chelsea old boys and Rantman. Big up to RIP to Rantman. RIP to Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. Love to everyone in here. Respect to everyone in the chat, and make sure you put your comments down below. And as always, guys, I will see you lot tomorrow, 100%. And we'll get Lewis on again. Maybe we'll do a post a review on the game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But respect, big up to everyone in here. I'm going to leave with, as always, Don Roman, bruv, our GOAT owner. And let's have it right up the Chels, up MineralsFC. Let's go.